I'm Luna Ryder. I am a fantasy author. This is Sky Princess. She is a muse and obviously a princess. And I thought I would just do a quick live to see who's around and to talk to you today about neurodivergent fantasy. So it's a new thing, I think. I think it's a new thing. And it's what I write, and there are a few things that make it neurodivergent fantasy. First, here's my book, When Life Gives You Legends, is backwards because I couldn't figure out how to invert. So if you take pity on me, you can tell me how to do it. But this is my book. It's on sale for 99 cents for the next few days, and it is a work of neurodivergent fantasy. So the things that make it neurodivergent fantasy are, first, that the author is neurodivergent. Hi, that's me. Hello, I'm Neurospicy. How are you? Second, the characters, many of them are also neurodivergent. The main character, the viewpoint protagonist, Tilda Quick-Thatch, has ADHD. So she deals with the special problems that entails. First, let me make sure that you know that she is the hero. She saves the day. She's very likable. ADHD is part of who she is, but it's not a negative. There's a lot of positives. She's quick on her feet, quick to come up with a new solution. She's late a lot. A lot of times she's late. And the bad guy has a ticking time bomb deadline, and she has to make it there on time. So now she has to navigate time and space. And for me, as a neurospicy person, I'm pretty good about time. I show up on time, more or less, but space is hard. I cannot read a map to save my life. I'm almost 40 years old, can't figure it out. I have a beautiful fantasy map for my world that the amazing artist Mallory Rock drew for me. And even with the map, looking at it to chart the character's journey, I still went the wrong way. Which is why my husband is my developmental editor. So he's like, they can't go south because the ocean is there and they have to go northwest. Okay, Mr. Smart Guy. But Tilda has those same issues, our halfling rogue heroine. We also have Rurik, who is a half-orc wizard, and he is ASD coded. He is everyone's favorite, very literal. Not always super on top of social cues, but very genuine, very intelligent, very likable. We have other types of neurodivergence with minor characters too, like PTSD and OCD. So number one for neurodivergent fantasy is that the author is neurodivergent. Number two is that the characters, many of them are neurodivergent. And number three is that the book itself is neurodivergent. I wrote the type of book I wanted to read, and I hope you'll want to read it too when I tell you about it. Frankly, I love fantasy. I am such an avid gamer. Ask me how many hours I've spent on Baldur's Gate 3 or Witcher 3 or any number of games that I'm obsessed with. I love playing them. I can spend hours. I love watching fantasy shows and movies, but when it comes to fantasy books, a lot of them are really hard for me to read. Even though I'm a huge reader, I get lost in the details. I get lost in, there's a forest, and then the author describes the forest for 5 pages. So you kind of put the story on hold. You don't know what the characters are doing or thinking as the reader gets to know about a forest. Well, I've seen many a forest in my day. I have one birch forest right outside my window, actually. I don't really care. I have a short attention span. I want to know what happens next. I don't want to know what the forest looks like. I want to know what happens once our character wanders in. So When Life Gives You Legends and my other books are very fast-paced. It's very focused on action and dialogue, and we keep the story moving with short chapters that are easy to digest and just a lot of action for people with short attention spans like me, or maybe people from younger generations who, basically were raised to have a short attention span. I'm a millennial, so I should have a better attention span, but I don't. So oops. But this is a big adventure, a lot going on, but it's happening. It's happening really fast. And that's kind of how I think life moves. So I want to like open a book and I want to just keep reading straight through until I'm done. The worst thing that can happen is getting that long forest description and either I don't finish the book because I get bored or I lose my spot, or I'll be reading over the words and not actually comprehending them because my neurospicy brain has another track playing over it. Or I fall asleep because my brain is not engaged anymore, and then I realize how tired I am. Like when I start an adventure, I want to finish an adventure, I do, but I need it to happen quickly and excitingly. And that is what I wrote with When Life Gives You Legends. Again, sorry, it's backwards. And that is neurodivergent fantasy. Those are the 3 things that make it a neurodivergent fantasy. So I would love to hear from you guys. Do you have an interest in neurodivergent fantasy, or do you have any questions about it? Or can you recommend any other books that fit those criteria? Bye.